Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to be channeling your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. So let's see what they have for you today. I actually had received two messages. The first one was, I said what I said, and I meant it. and then the other one, I can't remember it right now, but the first one was just so funny. I had to come onto the camera and start recording for y'all. Let's see. Let's see what message for the collective. Okay, so the Page of Wands is the back of the deck. To me, this signifies that there's newness in your life. You are currently going through a process of creating new for yourself, thinking in a new way for yourself. And that is like a really time-consuming aspect of rewiring ourselves, right? Like the actual process. So you guys are definitely going through it. And one thing I'm seeing is that you're owning up to everything that you've said in the past, and now you're standing on what you believe in, and you're not backing down regardless of who's coming at you, what kind of reaction you're getting. You're not stopping, and it's because you found your authenticity. And when you find that, there's really nothing that forces you to feel like you have to hide it. And so people might be coming up from your past trying to like trigger you or just remind you of who you were. And it's really important to just, I don't know what's going to be really important, but for you guys, I feel like you guys are going to be just standing like on business, and you're going to be like, yeah, I did say that. So what? So what? Right? Even if it's somebody that has come to you and has said like, you hurt me in this and this way, and I can't believe you said that about me, and you better take it back. I don't even know what's happening right now, but there might be some arguments happening, and you're just gonna be doubling down, and you're gonna be representing yourself. Basically, while people want you to fall in line and apologize for things to give them closure, you're going to be standing very firm in who you are, and you're not going to back down for nobody. Because what's the point? What is the point of backing down for someone that is not even in your life, is not even a part of your life, is not even a part of your story anymore? Let them be hurt. Let them ruminate. Why did they get that reaction out of you in the first place? Let them get to that point on their own. You don't need to defend yourself in the way of like saying like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. My intentions weren't like that. Or, oh, sorry. Like, they just want you to apologize because they want you to give them closure. Because they feel entitled to some kind of closure with you, collective. When in reality, the things they've done, the actions they took, the words that they spoke, will they ever take accountability for that? Who knows? Maybe. But from what I'm seeing is that they're not looking to be accountable for their own behaviors. They want you to be accountable because you've shown that you would take it once upon a time, right? Maybe you guys apologized to them and, made it like a very public apology, or they just know you were willing to sacrifice your own standing for theirs, as if their standing is so much more important than anybody else's, right? Of course, my collective, if we make a mistake, we know how to apologize. And that's why people are coming to get another one, because they're like, okay, if I just get one more apology, I'm good. I can leave it behind. I don't need to do, it's fine. That'll be my closure. I just need her to apologize. I just need them to apologize to me, without really reflecting on what caused that kind of reaction, right? And so, collective, you're standing 10 toes down. You're not backing down for anyone. You're going to be like, did I stutter? Kind of energy, right? It's very like, it feels like you're kind of having to defend yourself, but now it's in such an empowered way where it's like, okay, I did that. And then what did you do? What did you do before I did that? What was your action before my reaction? Think about that, right? So collective, you're going to be pretty much in that energy. You're not backing down for anyone, which is incredible. I'm very proud of you. You are incredibly strong, because that comes with a lot of resilience. You've had to build your resilience over people that have gang stalked you. And what gang stalking is, if you're unaware, it's not like that extreme. It's just a group of people coming after you because either one person or two have an issue with you. And so they need a whole group of individuals to come after you. Just this one person with an amazing energy, with such a strong, powerful energy. You need a whole group to go against you. That's how your enemies need to deal with you. They need to create like a group of flying monkeys to come at you, to give you that energy too, because yours is just so strong on your own that it takes a whole group to have the courage to even say anything to you. And it's not because you're aggressive. It's not because you're mean. It's not because you're going to go at lengths that, one person could get really hurt at. No, you're just a regular person, right? In your eyes, you're just a regular person. But to them, you are the greatest the biggest, pinnacle of enemy that they have. And I'm sorry to put that out there. I'm sorry to put that kind of energy out there, but it needs to be addressed because they've gotten away with it for so long, right? You have been patiently working on yourself in silence, doing your thing, being private, you're just coming off in a very mature energy, collective. And the way people that come against you, it's so immature. It's crazy how they get so triggered off of you sitting in your own center. You feeling calm and confident in who you are. It pisses them off because they don't think you deserve it. I'm getting that now. I'm tapping into them and it's annoying, so I'm going to be rolling my eyes a lot. But they didn't think you were anything and they wanted you to stay down. And again, I'm sorry to put this kind of energy out, but they did not want you to move forward. They wanted you to lay down and then that be the end of you. Like as if you're some character in a story. FYI people, this is real life, right? Get a freaking life. Focus on you. Why are you so focused on me? You're turning me into a celebrity while you're turning yourself into a nobody. That was so mean. Okay. Spirit guides, let's calm down a little, okay? Whew. But yeah, I have very strong spirit guides. I have Kali Ma as one of them. So fiery energy where it's just how dare you come after someone at their caliber with your BS? How dare you? That's how she's coming off to me. Kali Ma, she's a protector. She's a fierce protector. And a woman, a female archetype, that fierceness, that mother energy. You know, like when mothers need to protect their young, they're able to access this level of strength that would have never been possible before, or, you know, just wouldn't. It's that like spike of adrenaline. It's that anger. It's that rage. It's that protection energy. I will protect who I love, what I love at all costs. And collective, Kali Ma, if you don't work with her already, she freaking loves you. She will protect you. She rides for you. She is like, you know, if you have mother issues, if you have like, just mother issues, Kali Ma comes in and gives you this sense of an actual protective, loving mother role. It's amazing. It really is. It healed me a lot with my mother wounds. She came in, she was the first spirit guide to ever come into my life. And she gave me so much strength, and she gave me so much power and just resilience to continue. Obviously, I have to build that on my own, but she reminded me of that power, of that strength that others may look down upon, but in reality, it is the one thing that has taken me from a place where people were just constantly attacking me, constantly criticizing me, constantly talking about me behind my back, to where I am now, which is, yeah, maybe those things still exist, but guess what? They're not in my mind. They're definitely not like in my brain. They don't have space there. That's why like this reading is just like really a lot for me, because I don't normally think about people of my past like that, right? I just hope they heal, and I just hope that I never have to deal with them again, kind of thing. But for you guys, it feels like they're trying to play something. Feels like they got something up their sleeve, and Spirit is here, Kali Ma is here to give you that reassurance that nobody can F with you. Nobody. They can't. You have spiritual protection that is beyond what the average person would have. Why? Because your energy is so big. When you shine that bright, your protection is even greater, because it is that very light that protects you. A lot of people think like, oh, in order to avoid negative entities, I should hide my light. I shouldn't shine so brightly. And in normal speaking terms that aren't just spiritual like this, oh, these people are kind of toxic. Let me just shrink myself so I don't catch anybody's attention. Right? So that might have been what you've wanted to do before. But now when they come at you, they're going to realize you're a very different person, because you're going to see their toxicity. And when they come, because they're triggered from your light, when they come to you and they're like, hey, act smaller. Why are you acting so big? You're going to have so much, you're just going to be like, who are you? Who are you to tell me that? Right? And so, and it's not in a mean way. It's just like you're standing firm in who you are. And it's like, why are these people so pressed? You're not even bothering them. You're literally existing. So why are they so pressed? It must be something within them. It must have nothing to do with you, and actually everything to do with their insecurities and where they feel lack in themselves. That is reflected through your growth. Because it is you choosing to grow that has caused these people to feel so insecure, because they have the same opportunities to grow. Okay? Haters, people that get jealous, toxic people around you tend to be people that were closest to you, that were kind of energetically aligned to you at one point. Because it's like, well, how come you get to be there, but I'm still here? How come you are doing so much better when I'm still here? stop pretending like you're so important. Well, it's like, honey, I should feel important to me. You should feel important to you. Why are you telling somebody else that they're not important when it's very obvious that you don't feel important, and that's why you're projecting that outwards, you know? So it's going to be a lot of that energy, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, collective. I know it sounds brutal, but I think in those moments, it's where you really shine, because it's when people try to attack you, you're able to see their insecurities, their lack, you know, wherever they feel like they lack. Most people, like, they don't realize, but highly like attuned people, like attuned to energy, tend to see the best in people, tend to like see the positive, unless you show negative, and then we focus on that, because it's like, oh, okay, you're gonna play like that, I'll play it my way too. You know, we are not left to our own defenses. We are no longer on the offense or defense. We're just existing. And if people have a problem with it, they might catch some strays, because it's them coming to you with their issues, right? And so you might just throw it right back as like, that is not my freaking issue. That's yours. Anyways, you know, like, it really might be just you minding your business, and then someone says like a sly thing at you, and you're just like, that's none of your business. And then you continue back with your conversation. Right? But it's that energy of just like strength in self, confidence in self, that, yes. I love it. I love it all. That's why I like ran over here, because I'm like, I really want to do this reading. Whatever badass energy I'm picking up on right now, I want in. So let's get into your tarot. That was all channeled, okay? So let's get into your tarot. 8 of Wands in reverse, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, with the 4 of Pentacles upright. Something, you're not moving forward with something. You're kind of holding your energy back, and you're not even focused on how you can grow this specific thing in the future. And you're more interested in, how can I maintain what I have right now? Maybe you guys have reached a place where it's not about survival. It's not about, you know, that feeling of like, something has to change so that my life can feel better. It feels like things are getting better for you. Yeah, with the 4 of Wands coming out, you have stability. And for some of you, this is the first time you've had stability. And now you're like, oh, well, I feel pretty calm. I feel protected. I feel like the universe has given a lot to me. And so you might be feeling like spirit just isn't giving anything else right now. And it's making you feel like, oh, did I do something wrong? Am I not seeing something correctly? And it's simply because things are alchemizing for you right now. Things are changing for you. Let me drink some water first. Things are changing for you. Even if you're not interested in your life changing, the Magician is coming out to say that there is something alchemizing for you, that there is something that is currently brewing up just for you. And only you know what that is. And maybe you're not even supposed to know. And so let's tap more into this energy, see what's up. Okay. So you're seeking wisdom from within about this issue. You're not talking to people about it. You're just kind of keeping to yourself, keeping your circumstances to yourself, because you're going inwards. You're tapping into your Akashic records, and it's because you intuitively know there's something that you need to retrieve from your Akashic records. And you know, Akashic records is the keeper of all of our memories, all of our lessons, all of our blessings, all of our lineages, all of our reincarnations. You know, they're all logged, booked. All that information is still in those things. And Akashic record goes beyond just your experience. It's like there's also room for very much universal truths. And once you're able to clear out the karma that comes with certain lessons, they will come to light. So you just cleared a major karmic blockage in your life. And that's probably what I was channeling, that protection energy, that powerful just confidence in yourself. You have regained that. I think you went through an experience that led you to having to tap into this much more just bold energy, right? Maybe you're not normally like that. Normally you prefer to stay kind of chill, to not react. But sometimes when someone tries a little too often, they're going to catch some, because you're a human being. You're not here to just be triggered and then for people to judge because you get triggered. Like, no, like, you're allowed to defend yourself. You're allowed to, you're allowed to defend yourself. I think there's a weird thing in spirituality where it feels like you shouldn't defend yourself, that you should feel above the issue itself and not engage with it, because it's not like, you don't want it to like ruin your energy. But just because you don't engage doesn't mean that it's not affecting your energy, right? Like, sometimes you need to speak up. Sometimes you need to defend yourself. And sometimes it's absolutely okay to do that for yourself. And and because you've cleared this blockage using that power of yours that you have just rediscovered, you are able to clear out a lot of the pain of the past. It's like your whole vessel is clearing out, you know, all of these like aggravating interactions. It's actually triggering you to remember the past times that this trigger has come up, and it's for you to realize that, oh, you actually don't feel like pain when it comes to the past anymore. You don't feel it anymore. It's actually cleared out. And you have such a deep understanding of, I didn't ask for that, but I was able to maneuver in a way that led to my own safety, led to my own peace. And with that, I'm very proud of myself for making it through. Well, anyways, you're clearing out a lot of pain and you're not feeling it anymore. And because of that, you're able to actually tap into deeper wisdom that comes from you overcoming. Because there is a strength that comes from overcoming, right? And we always learn something. We always grow from the situations, even when we feel like we don't. We become more resilient and we become a stronger person when we go through these moments of pain. And even if we never asked for it, even if it was never warranted, you have made it out. You have garnered so much strength. You have been able to tap into such a potent, powerful Kundalini energy. And, you know, you guys might have gone through a Kundalini awakening like a year ago, and now it's finally like calming down. You're probably not freaking out as much. You know, the highs and lows are kind of like evening out, and you're feeling more human again. You're feeling like you again. And you're not so caught up in everything that has ever happened in your life. You're just kind of here. You're kind of here and you're kind of in the now. And that's amazing, because that means that you're going to be able to work on your craft, work on your spiritual craft, and really dive deeper into yourself, but not the painful parts. right? You're going to be able to dive into the beautiful parts, because now that the pain can't deter you anymore, you're going to be able to see it, pass through it, and see the beauty of every situation. You're going to see the energy of love through everything. And I think the universe is held together by the energy of love. And so you're tapping into the Om energy, where, you know, you are realizing your own power. You're realizing your existence. And it goes beyond those small little interactions with people that get triggered by you. It's not about that anymore. I think before you might have been really scared about, you know, like people coming at you, feeling triggered in some way, like the way I was channeling, right? You used to be scared of that. But now you're like, try me. Try me. I dare you, you know, or you don't dare them, but it's, you know, it's a sassy energy where it's like, you don't even know what kind of strength I have. To be trying to tear me down, you're crazy. That's your energy right now. It's because you've been patient. It's because you've been working on yourself. It's because you've shown love to yourself every day, and not if not every day, the majority of it. You know, it doesn't have to be a daily thing, but as long as it's a consistent thing, you're going to learn from it. And so you've learned to be there for yourself. You've learned to give yourself grace. You've learned to give yourself patience. And because of that, because you've learned the art of patience, you are kind of flowing with life now. You're not so eager to know what is in the future. You're just kind of here, you're in the now, and you're just making sure that your now feels good, that your now feels aligned with you, that your now is filled with things that bring you joy, that bring you peace, that bring you clarity, right? Because I think what is lacking most right now in humanity is clarity. And anger, those anger like clickbaits, you know, we're constantly baited to feel like a certain negative emotion when we go online most of the time these days. And so it's really important to like obviously be aware of the circumstances of the world right now and give where you can, but be aware of like how you're feeling internally because of the outside noise as well. You know, you have a responsibility to yourself first and foremost. Your biggest responsibility is you, maintaining you. And you've learned that. And that's why I channeled the Om, right? Because that's you. You're focused on you. You're doing what's best for you. And that is not wrong. It is not selfish. It is not a misused thing of yours. It is important. It is practical. It is something that you've built yourself up into. It is something that you've had to, you know, we work on our traumas to strip away all of the conditionings that come with the trauma. That, you know, because toxicity doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes out of trauma. It comes out of, oh, I need to act this way so that I fit in. Oh, I need to be like this so I don't get called out. Oh, I need to, you know, toxicity is just because shit happens to people and they need to cope, right? Everyone needs to cope when they're going through the roughest time in their life. And that's why I never look at addictions in a incredibly like negative way, because I have a lot of compassion for people like that. My stepdad was actually, he heavily used drugs. And so, you know, I understand that because I had to witness it myself. And so I have compassion for it. And it's not to enable it, but we fall into coping mechanisms because of trauma, because of what we've had to deal with. It doesn't just spring out of nowhere. That's such an uncomplicated way to think about things, and it's so not rooted in reality, because reality is so nuanced. Reality is incredibly nuanced. It is the one thing that it does incredibly well, which is incite chaos. That's literally how our universe was born, through chaos. And so when people are coping, they develop mechanisms that might not be the healthiest in the long run, but is incredibly crucial. It is incredibly life-saving in that moment. Okay? And so now you've had to strip all of that conditioning off and realize that, okay, that trauma is not me. It is something I had to deal with. And these traits that I developed, these coping mechanisms I developed, they are not me either. They are just what I used to make sure that I survived what I went through, right? And then the next step is, okay, I am no longer in that position. I need to work on my nervous system so I feel safe in my body. And when you feel safe in your body, guess what? You won't need those mechanisms. They will just naturally kind of fall off. And if you end up falling back into the coping mechanisms, understand that, your body is slowly shaking this off. It's working in a cyclical manner. Every time you get triggered, it is actually helping you to rid of all of your old conditioning, to reveal your true authentic self, the version of you that existed before that traumatic incident or multiple traumatic incidences, right? And so that is exactly where you are. That is, you have come to that point where you are no longer relying on the coping mechanisms. You're able to actually enjoy your life daily. It's not even like, once in a blue moon you're able to do stuff. No, those days are far, far behind you now, collective. What you are entering in is a fully functional body, a fully functional mind, one that is not filled with just memories, with trauma, with coping mechanisms. It's going to be kind of empty. And this is the beautiful part, collective. That was the purpose of this whole transition period. Okay, you guys might have really felt like you were in a transitory period, and so you didn't know who you were. Like, you know who you were in the past, but you didn't know who you really were now. As you were going through this transition period, right? You're like, okay, I'm changing, but I don't know how I'm changing. I'm just going to allow myself to change. And you have changed now, collective. You have stepped into such a badass player. You are the creator of your life now. With the Magician coming out, it's the number one card. It's literally number one. You're starting over, but not in the way that is like hard. It's in a way where it's like freedom. It's like, oh my God, yes, let's go. Like, you're gonna have so much energy to do the stuff that you love. You're gonna have the financial freedom to do whatever you want, get whatever you want, go wherever you want. It is time for you to live, collective. You're no longer stuck in this state of, oh, when is it gonna happen for me? It's happening now. You are that person. That person in your mind, when you think of your highest timeline, when you think of your dream life, that's you right now. You're the person that's going to be experiencing all of that really soon. And I hear like the latest 5 months. Latest. So any time before then, it could happen. So within these 5 months, you're going to be experiencing this just overwhelming sense of freedom, this overwhelming sense of you. You're just going to be embodying your energy so strongly that it literally has nothing to do with other people. And that's why when they come at you to trigger you, you're going to be like, get out of here. Like, get out with that kind of stuff. Like, no, we're not dealing with that anymore. Why? Because we can choose to deal with whatever we want. And if these people coming in have not been there while you've picked yourself back up, there is no need for them at all. They showed you no kindness. They didn't show you compassion. They didn't show you empathy. They decided to trample on you when you were down. How awful is that? They decided to judge you while you were going through the hardest moment of your life. And they're going to stick with it. They're going to stick with whatever judgment they have of you. And that's why they're coming at you with like, you need to apologize to me. And it's like, bitch, what? Who are you? And what did you want from me? Okay, get out of here. You know, it's like, all right, that's entertaining enough. Get out, you know, that kind of energy. It's a little cutthroat. It is cutthroat for the people that deserve it, right? Because they deserve it. They deserve that kind of reaction. And they're going to think that they don't because they're still in their victim mindset without taking accountability for anything that they did on their part, you know, while feeling so awful about themselves, so bad about their own circumstances. Poor me. But they never took accountability for anything. They haven't looked at themselves. They haven't even questioned why you reacted in the way you did. They just know you did react and they didn't like it. That doesn't sound like a you problem. That sounds like a them problem, right? So we're going to step away from that energy now, and we're just going to be channeling some messages using the Starseed Oracle to kind of align you with the now, the person you are right now. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Yes, with the High Priestess card I pulled out earlier. I already put the cards away, so I can't pull it back out for you. But you went through Earth School. You did the dang thing. You had to experience so much hardship. But guess what? You're out of it. You never asked for the hardship. Let's make that clear. Okay? Nothing you did warranted what happened to you. You made it out using your amazing ability to learn, to study, to devote yourself to your own soul growth. And you've come out. And it's amazing. And I'm so proud of you. And it's kind of like, welcome back. Welcome back, collective. It's so good to have you back. And we know you did a lot of studying. We know you were very, very, you know, devoted to yourself. It's as if you went to like a temple or somewhere far to like really work on yourself. You've come back home. You've come back to yourself. You've come back home to yourself. And that makes me feel so emotional because the feeling of home is so important to me. It's the one thing that tethers me to my body, right? That feeling of home within myself. And so that's something that you guys might relate to as well, where you're able to navigate this world because you're tethered to you. You're no longer tethered to coping mechanisms. You're not tethered to certain environments. You're not tethered to certain situations. You're tethered to you. And when that is the core principle of how you interact with the world, you're unshakable, you're unstoppable, and that's the way it should be, right? So let's pull out one more to close out this reading, or two more. You got Earth pulsing, pulse of the mother, slow down, time in nature. Yeah, so we channeled earlier that, you know, things might not be moving fast, things might not be changing, but it's probably a really good thing that it's not changing, because you're probably in a really good state right now. And if you're not, just know that like it's slowly going to come in, and it's going to, your life, your dream life is slowly going to appear right in front of you. And you know, it'll come to a point where you're kind of living your dream life, but you don't realize it yet. And then suddenly you're going to have that realization. It's like, oh, I have everything I want right now. That's amazing. And the last card you got is the Courageous Peony. Multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Yeah, you're shining your light even brighter than you ever have. And yes, this is gonna piss some people off, but guess what? You don't care. That's none of your business if you piss people off. What you're focused on is allowing yourself to be authentically you, and you're proud of who you are, because you have witnessed your own journey and your own growth. It is watching the full movie of you going through the worst shit in the world to coming out on top. And it's a beautiful culmination of everything you've worked for, everything that you've been doing. Okay? And Spirit wants to give this to you as for you to see for yourself just how you knew your worth from the beginning, and why, like, you're gonna see just the why is it so hard to say, but you're gonna see that it was all worth it. And it's not the end. It's really not the end, but it is an end of a chapter. It is the end of a book, right, of your life. That whole book of just character development, done. Now we're on to the good part. Now we're on to the adventures. Now you're actually going to be building in this reality in a way that is very aligned with who you are. And that is going to be magnificent. Okay? So I hope that these messages helped you in any way. If they did, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of reading. All right? And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.